You might have heard that Nintendo embedded an NES emulator and a game called Golf into every single Switch unit to commemorate the passing of its late president, Satoru Iwata. You might have also heard that people found a way to unlock and play that game. But what if I told you that that was all horseshit? I mentioned this in my last video and in previous Wulff Den lives, but I wanted to go into more detail, and more news has come out since then that has made me even more skeptical about the whole thing. So, it all started back in July when Switch modders found an NES emulator codenamed Flog inside of the Switch's firmware. Nobody knew why it was there or what it did. It was speculated that this was somehow tied to the Switch's virtual console and that NES games for some reason needed their own special emulator. Or maybe that NES games would come to the Switch first before the virtual console. Nobody knew. It was bizarre. It wasn't until September that it was discovered that Flog was golf spelled backwards, and that this emulator also included the NES game Golf. This game was one of Satoru Iwata's first coding projects. It was said to be in Amamori. In Japanese culture, this is a sort of charm to pay respects to somebody who's passed. It means that Satoru Iwata is watching over every single Switch unit. This is perfect and a very touching tribute. I believe that all of that is true. I believe in the Flog emulator, that's there. I believe in the Amamori, that all stands. But also in September, it was reported that there was a way to unlock and play this game, and it is not easy. It took a while to get all the pieces together, but first you need to make sure that your Switch is fresh out of the box and not connected to the internet. If it does get connected to the internet, its internal clock will be permanently changed and there's no turning it back, not even with the factory reset. Next, set up your Switch offline and set the date to July 11th, the day Satoru Iwata passed. Why would it be his death day? That's not a day to celebrate. It's a little morbid, don't you think? Apparently, in some Asian cultures, they are known to observe the anniversary on which a family member or other significant individual died. In Japanese, this is called Meinichi. I'm still skeptical about how common this is, because in the same Wikipedia article, it says that this type of celebration is also common in Roman Catholic tradition. That's news to me. If you have any more information on this, please let me know, either in the comments or better yet, over on Twitter. And please cite your sources. I don't want any of this, oh, I celebrate the day that my cat died. Once your Switch's date is set and you're over at the home screen, you need to then take your Joy-Cons and move your hands in a similar way to Satoru Iwata's famous Nintendo Direct hand motion.
Directly to you.
This is the earliest known footage of Golf actually running on the Switch. And the next day, Fire 3 Element posted this video that made the rounds across every major game news site. It was reported as fact. In it, he does the hand gesture 7 times in order to get it to work. Then at the end, he leaves the game and he's able to unlock it again by performing the hand gesture once. It seems legit, but that's it. These are the only videos out there that show you how to unlock Golf on the Switch. Well, not the only ones.
What up, motherfuckers, Mr. Man up in this bitch?
This guy does it in one shot. So that's it. 2 videos of it being unlocked and 3 videos of it running on the Switch at all. This makes me very skeptical. Maybe there's more criteria required to unlock it than we know of. Maybe the unlock method isn't real at all and these people all faked it. Not even any of the news sites who reported on this decided to try it for themselves. So I decided to try it for myself with the help of our friends Sumo and Stig, because I managed to talk myself out of buying a whole new Switch just for one video. He brought over his brand new Switch, I followed all of the directions exactly, and I could not do it.
This is all a load of garbage. The whole July 11th thing. Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
I labeled my results as inconclusive. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I didn't do the hand gesture right. Maybe I didn't do it enough times. It's also speculated that you need firmware 1.0.0, which I neglected to check. And you would only have this firmware if you bought your Switch way earlier in the year. This greatly reduces the success rate and makes it conveniently out of the reach of people who are just trying to find out the truth. The latest news from Switch Brew is that Flog has been completely overwritten in the 4.0.0 firmware update. So that's it, it's completely gone now. We won't even be able to wait until July 11th to try this out ourselves on a massive scale, unless Nintendo decides to release it again themselves, which seems incredibly unlikely. Nintendo's non-response doesn't seem to help things either. When asked, Nintendo of America's president Reggie Fils-Aimé said, "It was identified by folks playing around in the firmware. We've got nothing officially to announce for that content or what the plans are for that content." So that's that. Certainly anything that pays respects to my friend Mr. Iwata is something that is near and dear to me personally. But in terms of that execution, and what it was meant to do or what the plans are, we've got nothing to announce. To me, that's proof that it's there. But I already believed the hackers from earlier in the year. But this part concerns me, in terms of that execution and what it was meant to do. That part leads me to believe that there's something not quite right about the way that you unlock it. So I have to pass this on to you, the viewer. Christmas just happened, and I'm sure a whole bunch of you got a Switch and couldn't wait, and you ripped it right out of the box and updated it and all that crap. But if you didn't, and there's still time, I implore you to please film yourself unboxing that Switch. I want to see that Switch come out of that box and out of that plastic. One continuous shot. Follow the instructions from earlier and check that firmware. If it's not 1.0.0, still try it anyway. You'll probably need somebody else to film it because you'll need two hands, or prop your phone up on something. It's best to link to me over on Twitter, but you can also link to me in the comments right here on YouTube. I will do my best to make a playlist of all of the successes and all of the failures, and I will link both of those playlists in a card right here. This is an ongoing project, so don't be afraid that you're too late or anything. The world needs harder proof that this works, and if it doesn't, then the world needs harder proof that it doesn't work. Or maybe we'll discover the specific criteria required to get it to work. Let's get this out of the way before July 11th, because the world deserves to know the truth. And make sure that you share this video with anybody that you know that just got or is going to get a Switch very soon. Get them in on this. Or maybe you can film them opening theirs. The Switch community needs more proof, damn it. Anyway, leave it in the comments below, at me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. Sundays, we got gameplay live streams. Tuesdays, we got these videos. Wednesdays, we got comics. Wednesday nights, we got Wulff Den Live, which is our live podcast. Saturdays, you have the backlog. Follow us over on twitch.tv/WulffDen, where we premiere these videos. And I've been playing Mario Odyssey till 100% completion, and then I'll play something else. Thank you guys very much. Hope you had a good holiday. I love you. I'll see you next week. Also, I'm sick and freaking tired of audio issues, so there won't be any. All right? All right.